Hey, this video is for anyone looking forward to picking up Inquisitor Martyr and purging some of the more impressive Chaos units. During the early alpha we haven't seen a full spectrum of enemies, so I've put this video together to bring you up to speed on what else those heretics have available in their roster. I can already hear the ringing in my ears from the Chaos and Lore diehards reminding us that Inquisitors are too weak to kill a Space Marine, let alone a Terminator or a Titan. Well, my argument would be this. While unrealistic, the majority of us enjoy watching James Bond, John Wick, Avengers and all the other action films where a little bit of artistic license is given in order to make it more fun. So don't be that old grandpa that says, "This film's too crap, he should have been shot already." Just enjoy it for what it is. Crank up the imagination and just enjoy being a boss. Now let's get started by looking at some of the demonic units we may yet be faced with during the later stages of the alpha or even the full release. Thus far we've seen the Heralds of Nurgle, larger than average plague bearers who resisted Nurgle's rot for such a duration that they incubated a more powerful demon. We have seen these guys holding the standards of Nurgle, but they can also be found on the battlefields riding rot flies, forming squadrons of plague drones. These would make a great fast moving unit, likely comparable to a man-bear pig, only more wasp-like, and maybe a bit more pussy. Moving on to the other larger and impressive units we might expect to see are the Beasts of Nurgle. These guys manifest as regenerating giant balls of flesh and slime and disease, no less deadly than they are ugly. Said to cause paralysis by mere touch, we could expect these to be a form of boss or single unit elite, likely equal to the nuisance level of a dreadnought at the moment, or perhaps even leaving a trail of toxic slime behind them cutting off our movements. These guys could be a great addition to the game. Now let us discuss the demonic options for our bosses. It seems likely that demonic princes will be among them. These servants of chaos have earned blessings beyond counting and elevated to demonhood. Demon princes are counted among the deadliest servants of the dark gods, lords of battle whose mighty blows can crush even the bravest of mortals. Yeah, okay, to me this sounds like a boss already. There is an alternative option for our bosses too. We could also see the greater demons of Nurgle. Similar in appearance to the very Lord of Nurgle himself, these great unclean ones as they're referred to tower above the hordes of other Nurgles like giants. They come armed with either a rusted plague blade or a flail of skulls. A great unclean one would make an amazing unit to take down with a group of friends, or even just with your Inquisitor, who just so happens to be a boss. And that actually concludes the demons we haven't seen yet within the game, but don't worry, there's plenty of undivided chaos units that we could also expect to see, affiliated with the current or even the upcoming chaos factions. The first of these specialised troops are the Raptors, elite Chaos Space Marines who don jump packs much like their Assault Marine counterparts. Now given that we've already seen Assault packs, I see no reason not to include their Chaos counterparts. Hopefully they could operate in packs of 2 or 3 and leap in once aggroed. We could even see the Warp Talons, who are the remains of Raptors left inside the warp for too long, started to sprout some little white hairs, and talons capable of shredding through armour. Absolutely amazing foes to fight against and could be a great shock troop to make you quickly react and stay on your toes. And similar to these warp infused units, we also have the possessed Chaos Space Marine soldiers who have pledged themselves fully to the service of the Dark Gods and actually consented to demonic possession. These possessed Astartes gain great speed, resilience and strength along with various physical mutations, and they're capable of tearing enemies apart with their bare hands or claws or tentacles, whatever they happen to be blessed with. These could be again another elite pack of 2 or 3 that we really have to watch out for on maps and modify our playstyle accordingly when we see them. And moving up in terms of size, we could also see Neocore implement the tactical dreadnought armour of the traitor legions. That's right, the Terminator armour. While many would argue too much for an Inquisitor to handle, their iconic appearance and thousands of years of combat experience would make for some iconic gaming experience, or even boss fights. They don't just come in armour though. Leave these guys in the warp for too long and some of them start to mutate and fuse with their armour to the extent that they become one organism, capable of morphing weaponry from their own bodies. These units either take the form of the ranged obliterators or the melee specialised mutilators. Likely, if we did meet them, some of the toughest opponents in the game. I bet many of the other players out there would love a bash at purging a few of these from the galaxy. And now, while there are some other larger units like the Defiler and the Soul Grinder, I'll be leaving these guys to be discussed within the vehicle combat video later on in the alpha. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Remember, smash that subscribe button, join me on my quest, and I'll see you next time. Once again, welcome to Chapter Hydra.